So, a little bit of backstory on this bike that we're working on this afternoon. This is a Suzuki 125. I got it from my buddy Benjamin, I don't know, about a year and a half ago. He has had it since he was 15, 16, something like that. And I was actually there when he bought it. Uh, he was out looking for a motorcycle. He finally let his mom, or rather, his mom let him have one because he outgrew the little 90cc Honda four-wheeler that they had. And so she finally came around and agreed to let him pick up a bike, and he doesn't know much about them, or didn't. And asked for help finding one. I found him one. Or actually, I think he found this one. And he just wanted me to come with him to check it out. So we went and checked it out, and it needed a battery, I believe. It wouldn't electric start. And so, no big deal. The kickstart was a pain. It was flooding. We roll started it, fired right up, helped him load it up there, and he brought it home. And I mean, immediately it didn't happen, but over time, we had it apart a couple of times, polishing paint and stuff. But yeah, that day he took it home and just ogled it in his garage. He had to get a helmet or something before his mom would let him ride it. But had it for a long time, long time. Wrecked it several times. There's some really good stories about this with this bike in it. Uh, One, he clipped the side of my rig, went off, flying off the side of the road. I believe he's actually been hit by someone on this bike. Like, hit, not clipped. Anyway, um, all that to say, there's some history here. It's a good bike. It's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on this thing, and I don't believe that it really ever quit on him. He quit driving it because the forks were so bad. It was just getting to be out of control going down the road, and so he parked it because he had found something bigger. And fast forward, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and he gave it to me. So here we are. We're going to try and get it put together. I have no idea what to expect, but we're going to start looking for spark. Um, this is for the chain's all messy, so we're going to grease it up real quick before we get started, and then tear into this thing and see what we can find out. It'll be interesting to see what 16-year-old Ben, I don't know. There could be some interesting things in here. I don't remember what it was like the last time we took it apart to clean it up. But I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Factory tool bag. It's falling apart. Looks like maybe an added pair of pliers. Well, that's interesting. Maybe that's why the battery never worked. Huh. Interesting. wonder if I've got another one of these. I doubt it. Well, that fuel line was shot anyway. It's been dry for years. Oh yeah, I can hear sand or something in there. Hopefully not rust. Could be rust. Believe it or not, that dent was there when he got it. This never got dented. When he flipped off the road after clipping me, well, that's not true. I guess that got dented at some point. I don't know if it shows a little bit. I don't know what it's from either. But that one was there. I remember because one time he thought I dented it. I was like, man, it was just like that, I swear. It's no bigger. You gotta listen to me. You gotta believe me. I wouldn't do that to you. Oh man, that bungee cord he had holding the gas tank on is shot. Okay, well, I wonder if the oiler still works. I highly doubt it. Unless it's gravity feed or something, maybe. Oh man, this poor thing. This poor thing. I believe it had a headlight when he bought it too. The bulb is gone now. The wiring's still there. I don't know what happened to the bulb. Alright, so I gotta go grab a couple of wrenches. And then we'll see about the spark. And this is just the worst. I keep setting the crap down. Or dropping it. That's what I thought. Okay. Big one. Alright, I'll be back. It's also lunchtime. What's your head, baby? Oh, that's nasty. Oh, no. I don't even know. I think it's got, like... what I really hope is oil and not water. Let's see. Yeah, I can't see nothing. Well, can't tell what's in there. That plug is dirty. That makes sense though. Because when I tried to kick this over earlier, I got most of a stroke out of it, and it seized up. I couldn't make it go, and I was worried I had hit like rust on the cylinder wall. That's not the case. It looks like there was, from all those years ago, some two-stroke fuel. Looks like it was flooded when it was last parked, and it's probably goobered up all this. I don't know if, yeah, that's not gonna show. Well, you get that discoloration, that green, that's it. So that's good news. That means it was just hydraulic a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah, I can hear it in there. There's a whole bunch of it. Ooh, and it stinks. All right. I despise how hard it is to find neutral on these old bikes. All I gotta do is talk a little shit, apparently. Nice. Alright. We're already getting along. Okay. There's almost no chance of that being the right spark plug. To be honest with you, I was kind of hoping to find a spare on the bike. I might have to go get some brake cleaner, well, carb cleaner, whatever. Clean this thing up. I'll be back. Oh yeah. Maybe. If I can do this without smacking myself in the dome. Oh yes. Big spark. Yeah, buddy. I think we're gonna be able to fucking do this. Excuse my French. Yeah. Wow. That spark ain't kidding around. Awesome. Awesome. Sweet. Alright. Nothing like the easy stuff, right? Holy cow. I don't know why you won't come off there, but we're going to get to the bottom of that, because I'm not doing that again. Yeah, that was unpleasant. Watch. I'm going to say, I'll deal with that later. And then later, I'm going to bitch and moan. Throw a fit. Because I didn't deal with it. And figure out what was going on. So, I'm going to deal with that later. Alright, so it looks like I definitely need a throttle cable. I remember that always being a problem, actually. He would tell me about it all the time. Ooh. Good news. It's been dry. It's actually a pretty decent sized carburetor. Ah, yes, the butchery. It's all coming back now. See that? That's red RTV. Ought to be young and dumb. Again. No. This is gonna be so bad. I suppose I could have picked a longer screwdriver. Look at that poor thing. It's just mangled right there. Okay. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't think I'm even going to take this carb apart right now. I know I'm not. I have some other things to get done. I will probably take this apart and get it off into the Berrymans later this evening. I've got a couple other things to get lined up so I can get them done this evening and tomorrow. But then, well, no, because I don't have time to let this soak. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll get this into the Berrymans and we'll see what happens. That's big though. I'm happy. We've got big spark. That's good news. Especially considering the condition that spark plug was in before I tinkered with it. There was almost no gap on it. Almost none. Like, I think it was 0.005 according to the gauge. This carburetor's in rough shape. I'm seeing a couple things here. Some corrosion. Maybe it's just that one port, because all in all, it's not too bad. It looks like it was stored dry. The fuel drained out. I didn't show you, but in the petcock there was a bunch of rag that was stuffed in there to, I guess, keep it from draining. You may meet Benjamin at some point on the channel. Channel. This morning we got this down first thing while it was still dark into the berrymans. Didn't get any of that on video. Took it all apart. Got it down there in the berrymans to pickle, and it was actually not too bad. I've dealt with far worse. One thing that was really interesting we'll get to in a minute was the sediment bowl on the tank and the petcock. But yeah, so we're gonna get this put back on, and the tank, and I've also got a small repair to do. You probably can't see it, but I snapped some old line on the oil delivery, so we'll have to deal with that. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with how it went. Yeah, it was pretty slick. There was a bit of surface rust on the underside of the tank, so I also got that all cleaned up and primered. Hopefully get a little more life out of it. So there's going to be a better way to do this. Jeez. The worst things were the sediment bowl and the choke mechanism. Jeez, that's it. God. Yep. So one thing we're gonna find out about this is, well, I have 0 parts for this. I did find the year. It's in 1970. It's older than I thought, and I have 0 parts for it. So, we'll work with what we got. I tore everything down. It was relatively clean. There was one really bad O-ring inside the carburetor that I did replace. The one that I replaced it with is slightly narrower. Hopefully that'll work. We'll find out. On the fuel petcock, the rubber seal in here behind the valve, I remember that leaking from years ago, and when I took this apart, I found a bunch of rag stuffed in there. I'm guessing to keep it from leaking, maybe. Suppose that it worked. So anyway, I took it inside, let it warm up, expand a little bit. I flipped it and put it back on. Again, hopefully it'll work. But new fuel line, new fuel filter, and yeah, we'll find out here shortly. I'm gonna get this put on, put a little bit of gas in it. I do have a small oil line I've got to fix. It snapped in the cold, so That's for the oil pump. We gotta get that done. But other than that, it's gonna be good to go, I think. We might know by the end of the day if this thing will fire. Alright, naturally, I spilled some gas. But we have fuel to the filter. Petcock is still leaking. We're leaking again. Well, maybe that's just spillage. I'm not getting much in the way of fuel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is actually a fuel leak. Screwdriver, that's great. Okay. Let's see what happens. It would be critical to put the plug wire back on. Wants to. All right. I got places to be. There's obviously still a couple of issues to work out. That freaking petcock is going to be a real difficult thing, I have a feeling. Because that Looks like it's leaking. Before you make fun of me for the vice grips, this thing was already ruined. That's not it. Yeah, son of a whore. That's so stupid. If you're leaking, we should be getting fuel. Where's my fuel? I didn't get it, but she lives. I don't know if you can tell from all the smoke. Oh, we're spitting some oil. We'll deal with that in a minute. See if she'll go again. Ah, come on. Yeah! Probably shouldn't be in an enclosed space, but holy fuck, she's running! 1970. Hasn't been 10 years. Oh my god! That is sweet. Whoa! I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna choke out. Looks like we're done spitting oil. Hell yeah. Well guys, that's going to be it today for the Suzuki. Still starting on the first kick. I'm really looking forward to riding it in the spring, but I'm sure I'm going to have to change something by then with change of weather. Two strokes and I typically don't get along, so this one was real lucky. I'm real happy with it. Real happy with it. So if you learned anything, if you had a good time, made you laugh, go ahead and hit that like for me. It'd really help out, and so I can find out what people want to watch. I've got several different things coming down the pipe, and I don't know. We'll see how they take. But anyway, like I say, that's it for today. If you made it to the end of this one, go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe. I appreciate you. Have a great day.